This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Tensai Gabriel, your host for this hour's news. Join us as we bring you the latest stories and updates from across Africa. Let's start with the news about African mobility. Africa is stepping up efforts to build a cleaner, greener transport future, though the rapid adoption of electric vehicles and sustainable mobility policies. Africa Mobility Week took place in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from 14th to 16th of October 2025, bringing together various stakeholders from across Africa. Policymakers, investors, and innovators across the continent are working to reduce transport-related emissions, strengthen regional collaboration, and expand EV infrastructure. Ethiopia has emerged as one of the leaders in this transition, implementing a ban on fossil fuel-powered and second-hand vehicles, launching a green transport initiative, and investing heavily in renewable energy and charging networks. With its abundant hydropower resources, the country offers a cost-effective and sustainable energy base for e-mobility. In an exclusive interview with POA, Engineer Joy Makambe, Permanent Secretary at Zimbabwe's Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure Development, underscored the need for policy harmonization.
Our problems and our solutions and our successes are the same. So when we meet in one place, we get to even standardize policies so that at the end of the day, we can move together. We can make use of infrastructure that is in the various countries because of the standards that we will have set as Africa. So whatever you can use in Ethiopia can be used in Zimbabwe, can be used in Zambia, in Malawi, due to this standardization.
Dr. Felix Amuhanwa of Ghana's University of Energy and Natural Resources highlighted that countries like Ethiopia, Egypt, and Kenya are leading the incentives and policy reforms.
If you look into Africa, you can realize that there are multiple countries that are trying to adopt the EV vehicles. So, for example, if you look at areas in like in Ethiopia, if you look at areas like in Egypt and in Kenya, there are areas where, or there are countries that have really adopted the EVs, trying to also have different policy interventions in areas of tax reduction. And also what they try to do is to see how they can also improve upon their electricity reliability to be able to onboard the EV vehicles.
Africa's electric mobility momentum signals a decisive step toward energy independence, green jobs, and zero-emission transport future. South Africa expects to lift the care and maintenance status of the Pebble Bed modular reactor by the first quarter of the next year or even earlier, the Electricity and Engineer Minister said on Wednesday. South Africa halted its PBMR research in 2010 after spending more than $577 million and before building a planned demonstration model. We are far advanced in our internal processes to make the case to lift the care and maintenance on the PBMR. Kosiento Ramakopa, the Electricity and Energy Minister, told a media briefing. South Africa's 2025 Integrated Resource Plan, expected to be published this week, outlines more than 105 gigawatts of new generation capacity by 2039. Renewable energy is projected to account for more than half of this as the country seeks to reduce its dependence on coal. New nuclear generation capacity of 5.2 gigawatts is foreseen, with gas at 16 gigawatts, wind at 34 gigawatts, and solar PV at 25 gigawatts by 2039. South Africa has ambitions to reinvigorate the nuclear industry, with IRP suggesting that this industrialization plan will determine the merits of 10 gigawatts of new nuclear generation capacity. Ramakopa said China, South Korea, the US, and Russia are among countries that could partner with South African Nuclear Energy Corporation on developing small modular reactors. Tunisian Prime Minister Sarah Zafrani Zanziri met visiting Libyan Minister of Economy and Trade Mohamed Al-Hawij in Tunis on Wednesday, with the two sides reaffirming their commitment to deepening economic and trade cooperation, according to a statement released by the Tunisian government. During the talks, the two reviewed the outcomes of the Tunisian-Libyan Joint Trade Commission meeting held on December 7 to 8, 2024 in Tripoli. Zanziri emphasized Tunisia's commitment to enhancing and diversifying trade relations with Libya, as well as advancing economic integration between the two neighboring countries. She also reiterated Tunisia's firm support for the Libyan people's sovereign choices, underscoring that the Libyan issue remains an internal matter free from foreign interference. For his part, Al-Hawij called for harmonizing standards to ensure the smooth flow of goods across border crossings. He also underscored the importance of enhancing private sector development, promoting digitalization of administrative procedures, and removing barriers to trade. Nigeria's Foreign Minister, Yusuf Tugar, urged rich countries to shift their approach to trade with Africa, moving away from a resource-grabbing mindset. Speaking at the Reuters Next Gulf Summit in Abu Dhabi, Tugar emphasized that trade should be rooted in mutual respect and support for Africa's development to address challenges like irregular migration. He noted that Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation and a major crude oil exporter, remains less impacted by U.S. trade tariffs and is prioritizing diverse trading partnerships to tackle issues like significant power deficit. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization has launched a new initiative that seeks to capitalize on artificial intelligence to boost development in Africa. At the G20 AI for Africa Conference 2025, held in Cape Town, UNESCO announced new programmers aimed at integrating artificial intelligence into government, justice, and education systems across Africa. As part of its commitment, UNESCO will train at least 15,000 civilian servants across the region on AI, the opportunities it presents to African governments, and the challenges that hinder its adoption. Additionally, the Paris-based organization will train 5,000 judges and prosecutors on how AI impacts the judicial system. Experts predict that AI will add $2.9 trillion to Africa's economy by the decade's end. Moving to business headlines, Gabon is not considering a debt restructuring or reprofiling and is in the process of rebasing its calculations of GDP, which will make its debt to GDP ratio more favorable, the country's vice president told Reuters. Gabon is also auditing internal debts, Vice President of Gabon Alexander Barrow Chambrier said on the sidelines of the Financial Times Africa Summit in London. Asked about possible debt reprofiling or restructuring, Chambrier told Reuters, "We are not at this juncture at this time." Chambrier said there is no reason to be scared of the country's debt and borrowing, and that Gabon is finalizing a national economic plan that would ensure all the country's debt contributed to long-term growth and development. He told a panel earlier in the morning that Gabon was working to increase its oil output and was able to repay. In his comments to Reuters, he said rebasing the gross domestic product calculations would be better capture the informal sector and country's natural capital. Finally, Agri-Food Group Export Trading Group, founded in Kenya in 1967, announced Wednesday that it will close its grains and oilseeds operations in Australia to concentrate on its core African activities. The company, which operates across Africa and globally in crop and fertilizer trading, food processing, logistics, and supply chain management, aims to strengthen its Africa-oriented strategy. ETG stated that its grains and oilseeds division will increasingly focus on African markets, including operations through its Spain desk, while maintaining a strong emphasis on integrated supply chain management. Concurrently, the company plans to expand its coffee, sugar, and metals business following a strategic review to enhance competitiveness, through specific details were not disclosed. Next, let's check the current weather forecast. That's it for this hour. Grateful for your time, and we will be back with more news soon.
A land of wealth, a future of limited possibilities. This is El Dorado. From natural rich to groundbreaking innovations, discover Africa's untapped potential. El Dorado.
Madagascar's baobabs, renowned as upside-down trees for their distinctive root-like branches, are majestic giants dominating the island's landscapes. These ancient trees, some exceeding a millennium in age, epitomize resilience, thriving in harsh conditions while sustaining unique ecosystems. Predominantly located in the western and southern regions, such as the iconic Avenue of the Baobabs, they store water in their massive trunks, ensuring survival during dry seasons. With 6 of the world's 8 baobab species endemic to Madagascar, these botanical marvels underscore the island's exceptional biodiversity, earning global admiration for their striking silhouettes and ecological importance. In today's program, we explore these topics in greater detail. Please stay tuned.
Africa is full of breathtaking locations and hides remarkable and relatively unexplored treasures. This is particularly true for Madagascar, the largest island in Africa, renowned for its unparalleled uniqueness. Madagascar, the world's 4th largest island, is a land of staggering biodiversity and cultural richness. Madagascar, an island nation where nature flourishes in its purest form, is a land of unparalleled beauty. Its landscapes weave together lush forests, rolling hills, and thriving ecosystems, creating a breathtaking tapestry of life. Situated off the coast of Africa, this extraordinary island stands as a world of its own, brimming with wonder and teeming with unique wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. Its isolation from the African mainland has given rise to unique ecosystems and wildlife, with over 90% of its species found nowhere else on Earth. The island's population is a blend of African, Arab and Southeast Asian influences reflected in its traditions, cuisine and languages. Madagascar possesses numerous remarkable attributes that have intrigued outsiders, prompting them to explore the island nation further. However, its tourism potential is particularly noteworthy. Among the various attractions the country offers, the Avenue of the Baobabs emerged as a premier destination for international visitors. The Avenue of the Baobabs, located in the Minap region of western Madagascar, is one of the most iconic and enchanting landscapes on Earth. This extraordinary stretch of dirt road, flanked by towering baobab trees that have stood for centuries, is a symbol of Madagascar's natural beauty and resilience. Known locally as Allée des Baobabs, this surreal destination is a must-visit for anyone traveling to the island. The baobabs, with their massive trunks and spindly branches, seem almost otherworldly, especially at sunrise or sunset, when the golden light bathes the landscape in a magical glow. journey to the Avenue of the Baobabs is not just a visit to a scenic spot, it's a pilgrimage to one of nature's most awe-inspiring creations. The Avenue of the Baobabs is the centerpiece of any journey to this region. But the surrounding area offers equally captivating experiences. Begin your adventure in Morondava, a coastal town that serves as the gateway to the avenue. This lively town is a blend of Malagasy culture and colonial history, with bustling markets, colorful pirogues lining the shore, and a laid-back atmosphere. From Morondava, it's a short drive to the Avenue of the Baobabs, where you can spend hours marveling at these ancient giants. Nearby, the Baobab Amaro, which means lovers' baobabs, is another must-see pair of intertwined baobabs that have become a symbol of enduring love. For those seeking more adventure, the Kirindi Forest Reserve is a short drive from Morondava. This dry, deciduous forest is home to a world of wildlife including fossas, Madagascar's largest predator, lemurs, and a variety of bird species. Join a night walk to spot nocturnal creatures like mouse lemurs, chameleons, and the elusive fossa. During the day, guided tours offer the chance to see Sifaka lemurs leaping through the trees and a variety of bird species. The reserve's dry forest ecosystem is a stark contrast to the lush rainforests of eastern Madagascar, offering a unique perspective on the island's biodiversity. Further afield, the Sigi de Bemahara National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offers a dramatic contrast to the baobab-lined avenue. Here, jagged limestone pinnacles create a surreal landscape that is perfect for hiking and exploration. The park is also home to rare wildlife, including Dickon sifaka and the Madagascar fish eagle. The Avenue of the Baobabs is accessible year-round, but the best time to visit is during the dry season, from April to November, when the roads are passable and the weather is pleasant. The wet season, December to March, can make travel challenging due to flooding and muddy conditions. In a nutshell, a visit to the Avenue of the Baobabs is a journey into the heart of Madagascar's natural and cultural heritage. The Avenue of the Baobabs is more than just a destination. It's a journey into the soul of Madagascar, a place where time stands still and the wonders of the natural world are on full display. It's a place that inspires awe, gratitude, and a deep appreciation for the beauty of our planet. Whether you are a seasoned traveler or a first-time visitor, the Avenue of the Baobabs is a destination that will leave you forever changed.
In a nutshell, Madagascar's tourism sector grows through unique attractions like Nosy Bay, the Avenue of the Baobabs, and other sites leveraging biodiversity, cultural heritage, and infrastructure improvements, despite challenges. For instance, in 2024, Madagascar's tourism sector experienced significant growth, positioning itself as a vital contributor to the nation's economy. The island welcomed 308,275 international visitors, a marked increase from 259,850 in 2023, with 254,137 arriving by air and 54,138 via cruises. This 18.6% surge reflects a robust recovery from the pandemic-induced downturn, though numbers remain below the 2019 peak of 382,000 arrivals. The sector's growth is driven by Madagascar's unique biodiversity, cultural heritage, and strategic efforts to enhance accessibility and infrastructure, aligning with the government's ambitious goal of attracting 1 million tourists by 2028.